Good evening, students. Today, lesson number 9 of 10th class, that is, the proposal, is the lesson name we have to discuss. And I am going to explain this very important lesson in 6 to 7 different parts, by having 6 to 7 different parts, because in one video it is not possible to cover the whole lesson. So the lesson name is The Proposal. So it is written by Anton, Chekov. I request all my dear students, please open your textbook and read along my reading. Whenever I am reading, you too read and put your finger. So let us start. First of all, I am describing about the writer, that is Anton Chekov. Shortly, I want to say about him, he is a Russian short story writer. He is a psychologist. He is a doctor. When he was a doctor, he saw many patients, critical condition, bad condition. From that, he was so worried about that. So from that case, he started to write short stories. So in that short stories, the proposal is one. So this story is very interesting. Let's begin Anton Chekhov's a very best short story, that is the proposal. So everybody know what is proposal. Here is an activity. Here the activity is in this way. Number 1, the word proposal has several meanings. Can you guess what sort of proposal the play is about? Here let us think, what is the meaning of proposal? Proposal means what? Here we have different meanings. What is the number 1 meaning? A suggestion, plan or scheme for doing something. When we are doing something, we should make some plan, making plan. And when we are giving some suggestion to anyone, when we are planning anything, that plan is called proposal. This is one meaning. Second meaning, an offer for a possible plan or action. The second meaning of proposal is offer, offering, giving something, offering something, that also called proposal. What is the third meaning? The act of asking someone's hand in marriage. So asking someone's hand in marriage is nothing but if any person wants to marry anyone, that time he or she ask his or her hand to marry. If we want to marry anyone, we request them, we ask their hand. So that is asking someone's hand is also called proposal. So that is the meaning, that there are 3 meanings this word suggests. One is planning, that is called proposal. Second one is offering or giving, that is also called proposal. When we ask someone's hands in marriage, for marriage, that is also called the proposal. So here is a short description about a Russian wedding. How marriage occur in our India, how marriage occur in Russia, we don't know about that. So that is why here is a description about marriages that occur in Russia. How the marriage is, we know that in India the tradition of our marriage everybody know, but in Russia how the marriage system that has given here. So let us see about this one. A Russian wedding. Do you know anything about a Russian marriage ceremony? I'm asking all my dear students, is anybody know about Russian marriage ceremony? Have you ever heard in YouTube or anywhere? So let us read this article. Preparation for a Russian wedding. A Russian wedding is very simple. Students, Russian marriages are very simple, not very grand marriages. Okay. The planning only includes arranging for rings, bride's dress, cars, and a reception. Students, in Russian marriage, what happen? They exchange rings. Okay, bride and groom exchange what? Rings. And they purchase a dress by shopping, and giving and taking cars, in our India also it is very common. And reception, after having marriage, the guests who came in marriage, they have been called separate dinner they will be given, that is called reception. After marriage we conduct dance program, dinner program, that all is called what? Reception. This is common in Russia. In our India also nowadays we are having reception. Earlier the bride's family paid for the reception. In initial earlier days in Russia, what happens, students? The bride family means we say what? Madhumagalu. Their family pay the all the amount which reception function takes, the all amount, whatever the expenditure given by bride's family in earlier days. But nowadays in Russia, what happened? Brides and groom's family in consolidation they pay the expenditure, whatever the expenditure comes for reception. Both bride family and groom family they give amount which comes and for this reception. But earlier what happened? Bride family only pay the reception expenditure, but now both families have to pay the reception amount. A Russian wedding lasts for 2 days. Students, Russian wedding commonly occur how many days? 2 days, not longer than 2 days. Some weddings last as long as week. Rarely, students. Some rich family people they conduct wedding program for 1 week, maximum 1 week. But poor family, medium family, they conduct weddings for 2 days only. And the occasion becomes something to remember for years. And they conduct so many activities, memorable activities, so that they can remember for long time, for a year. The necessary part of the wedding ceremony is a wedding procession. Students, they what they do in wedding? They conduct procession. Procession means meravniki in wedding of several cars. Means they many cars on the road. They conduct a ceremony in marriage. The best friends of the groom or bride meet before the wedding a few times. So before marriage in our India also, so many relatives comes in our home. This is common in Russia also. Make posters, write speeches, and organize contest. In Russia, what happened? So many posters they paste on roadside regarding marriage, and they have so many speeches regarding marriage. They organize so many programs before marriage. When the groom arrives to fetch the bride for the registration, what happened? Groom, that is Madhumaga, comes to pick up bride. Okay, for fixation of marriage, he has to fight to get her. So students, in Russia, groom has to fight along to get bride. It is not easy. Madhumaga has to fight very hardly to pick up bride. I mean, he has to answer so many twist questions. That is groom to get home bride. Okay. So Russians usually live in apartments in tall buildings. Students, in Russia, many people live in apartments, not like in our India. They have big apartments, so many floor building, first floor, second floor. In this way there are so many floor buildings are there. In Russia, the people they live mostly in cities and in apartments. Apartments means many floor buildings, and the people live in apartments. And the groom, what the groom has to do? The groom has to climb from one floor to second floor, second floor to third floor, in order to pick up, in order to get bride. Means groom has to struggle to have bride. It is not easy to have bride. Groom has to struggle. But at each landing he must answer a question to be allowed to go up. When groom climbs a first floor, there are so many people belongs to bride asks question to groom. If groom answer, then only he will be allowed to go next floor. So next floor also there are many questions asked to groom. If he answer, then only he can go to next floor. In this way he faces many fights in order to have bride. Okay, the bride's friends ask difficult questions. So bride's friend ask difficult questions to groom. If he answer, then only he will be allowed to jump to the next floor. For example, he may be shown a few photos of baby girls and he must say which one is bride. So the people relatives belongs to bride, they show many photos and ask groom, you choose the photo which is your future wife, that is bride. So in this way, many twist questions will be asked. If he guesses wrong, he must pay cash to move. This is very common in India also. In India also, what happened? Relatives belong to bride. They hide shoes. They hide shoes and ask payment to groom. If he not pay, then the twist will continue. It is common in India also. In foreign countries also, if groom will not answer, he has to pay the money, then only he will be allowed to pick bride. So this is very common in India also. After the marriage registration, the newly married couple leaves the guests for a tour of city sites. So after finishing marriage, the newly married couple, they have some tour, means they go somewhere to have wonderful sights. They leaves the people, relatives, and they separately they go for watching some beautiful places after marriage. After 2 or 3 hours of the city tour, they go for tour. The couple arrives at the reception. So I already said reception means after marriage, we conduct some dinner program, dance program. The relatives who arrived in marriage, they will be called, and dinner program will be launched. Dancing program will be launched. That is called reception. So all the bride and groom also attend reception program after having some tour. The couple sits at a specially arranged table with their family. The couple, that is bride and groom, sits with their family and enjoy dance and dinner program, everything. The reception starts with toasts to the couple. How the reception starts? Reception starts with toast. Toast means in what we say in Kannada, nudigattugalu, some sayings. Toast is not like, not as we say bread toast. That is not this toast. Toast is nothing but some questions, some discussion. So identifying name of the groom, you say the name of the groom not directly, by having some dialogue. So toast means some discussion, talking they do before having dinner. A wedding toast is a custom where a close friend or relative of the groom or the bride says a few words to wish the couple. So here actually the meaning of toast is wishing words, wishing. When I wish the newly married couple, that wishing is called, what we say, toast. Toast is not bread toast. Toast is nothing but wishing bride and groom, that is close relatives and friends, they wish, that is called toast. Then everyone raises their glass of wine after having toast, that is after wishing. They start drinking wine and they drink and enjoy. The groom is then asked to kiss the bride. So it is not our Indian tradition, but in foreign countries, in Russia, what they say, the groom asked, means the people, the relatives request groom to kiss bride. So this is their tradition in Russia. And after having some wishes, that is few toasts, people start eating and drinking. So after all this, they start eating and drinking and generally have fun. After some time, the bride gets stolen. So this is very interesting and funny. Bride is stolen means relatives hide bride and groom has to search bride. She disappears, and when the groom starts looking for her, there is no bride. So groom has to search bride. He is asked to pay a fee. Okay, your bride is somewhere, you give me payment, then only we will show you your wife, that is bride. So in this way, some funny, very interesting games are conducted. Usually it is his friends who steal the bride. Then there are the bride's friends, they steal the bride's shoe. So in India also, we take shoes of groom, bride, and hide it, especially grooms, and we ask him the payment. You give money or else we not give shoe. The groom must pay the money for the shoe too. The guests enjoy watching these tussles and continue partying. So the guests enjoy watching these tussles. Tussles is nothing but fighting. Fighting means, I'm not telling hard fighting. Fighting is nothing but just for entertainment. That is, groom shoes will be hide, and if groom doesn't give payment, then his shoes will be not given. So like these fightings will continue, and after that they enjoy having dinner and wine, and they do some great parties. So this is the tradition of Russian wedding. So some comparison, if I say regarding Indian wedding and Russian wedding, some what we say, some things are same. I mean, in our India also, groom's shoes will be hide, in Russia also. But the different thing is that in Russia, they have some toast, means they have some great wishings, and the groom has to struggle a lot to fetch a bride. He has to climb from one floor to other floor, because in Russia the homes are in apartment form, means the people live in apartments. So this is the thing. I mean, they also but the marriages are very simple. Only 2 days it will continue. Only 2 days it will continue, and for rich people it will continue for a week. So this is first part of lesson, the proposal, written by Anton Chekov. The second part will be in the second video. So this is the brief discussion regarding a Russian wedding and what is the meaning of proposal. So after this, in the second part, we will discuss the detailed lesson analysis regarding the proposal.